Hi everyone, welcome back to Jolie Knots. I'm Crystal and today we are going to be making all kinds of masterboard. A masterboard is a large collage of a single sheet of paper, any size you want, that you can then cut down into different things just as one. Instead of making 5 or 10 different things, you know, we could turn this cut it in half and turn it into a pocket or something like that. Now, we made several of these today. All of these masterboards that we made are out of books. I'm gonna show you the books. You don't need anything extra. Of course, we all use a whole bunch of different things in our masterboards, all kinds of a different array of items, but really you don't need any. So today, our challenge is to only use books to create these masterboards. Now, some of these books, like this one, for example, I've had in my collection for a long time already. Some of these books have been only used for junk journaling. Many of them were purchased at secondhand stores or even the library. So ideas you can do picture history of painting. You get all kinds of different beautiful historic works of art. You can find different cities and travel depending on what type of journals you're looking to do. And of course, everybody needs a music book or two. This is an old magazine of Franco Mariarique from 1984. This one is a wine. It's actually a book of wine, of different wines around the world. And it has these super neat, when you're looking at books, check for like different labels and stuff you can use as ephemera. This is one I'm using today, but has already been deconstructed in the past. The Book of Roses. These photos are just absolutely stunning. Don't forget a few books of antiques. An encyclopedia of the decorative arts. This is such a beautiful cover. Such a beautiful cover. So many amazing things in here. Illustrated Guide to Gardening. And all these beautiful, beautiful photos you can find in these kind of books. Flowers and art. And our last book of antiques. So, our masterboard today that I'm going to make is out of only all of these books. So get yourself all of your stuff together that you're going to use, a whole big pile of papers. I am going to do a fast forward time lapse on mine, and I'll play all the time lapse at the end of the video after all of the instruction and explanation of what I'm doing. So stick around. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you can get notified when new videos come out. All right, so I have gone through and I've pulled out all kinds of stuff from all the different books. We just have an array of everything that we just went through. First thing we're gonna do is kind of just go through and pull out the stuff that we really wanna use in our masterboards. We've got all kinds of furniture here. So I can cut this out and this, oh, I like that. I probably would not use this as a big, large piece all on its own, but I would use this. So we'll tear this out. This can also be part of the masterboard. So we'll just have all these pieces that we can grab and be able to put together. This can be part of it too. So can this. I don't want to cut around that. How cool would this be at the corner of something? Do a little fussy cut. Fussy or fuzzy? I'm here both ways. Is it fussy or fuzzy? Keep in mind that when you are cutting your pieces out, these are not things that we want to stick on our masterboard first. We want to always start with the biggest and then move to the smallest. Anything we can save on here? Yes, that. And we'll just trim this off. Kind of get rid of your scraps as you go. If you want to work a little neater, it's impossible to work neat in my, but rather than getting super duper messy, I'll try to throw away some of what I can as I go. I'm gonna get a little bit just to keep I don't want to cut this up yet. So let's just keep finding our fun stuff. Okay, so now that we've got a whole box of stuff to use, we are just gonna go through our papers and glue them random. No rhyme, no reason. What my suggestion is, the only rhyme and reason is to start with the bigger pieces before the smaller pieces, because the smaller pieces will then be covered by the bigger pieces once you start your bigger pieces. So let's go ahead and just start gluing. Now I'm going to do a whole bunch of them all at the same time. Again, like I said, these pages aren't like huge or anything, and we're just going to do it like that. Things that you cut out, say like these, for example, you want to save those definitely for the end so that you can put it over something, like on top of, and then there's your background. So don't use these for your backgrounds. And I've got word pages. And then one of these, I think what I want to do is to go through and stitch around it, because that would be cool, right? To make it look like a little bit stitched out. Look at this. I'm going to save that for something else. I found some really cool big labels that I want to save. And it's okay if it goes off the edge. Like this one, I'm going to let it go off the edge a little bit, or just trim it down. No big deal. And so just keep digging through your box of goodies and find things. Now, so for example, this, because it has that straight edge, I'm going to put it on the side, because what else am I going to put over it? I don't know. And then the rest of this I can fill in. I don't really want to do all of them like super straight. So give them a little bit, like, let me do the next one. Let me show ya. It makes it look a little bit neater, at least. If you give it a little bit of flair, like sideways maybe, like a little bit crooked like that. Not everything has to be straight. One of these I'm going to, and I actually should have already been marking some of the edges. Let's do that on one of the next ones, or let's do it on some of them. Let me get my inker. And since we don't have them here, we won't mark these edges. We will mark the edges that are going to go on to this third one. And then let's see the difference. I'll use this in the back and we'll go around it. It doesn't have too much flair. Oh, but not on this one because I forgot to ink the edges. Ha ha ha. So we'll put it on the back of another one. Once we actually remember to ink some edges. Oh, let's ink something. Let's use this one here and let's ink it. Yeah, we'll ink it, but it's not going to be on the edge because then we have to find something else to go down here, which we could, like with washi tape or something, but we're doing this entire masterboard with only book pages. So that's where we're going to be a little bit restricted in what we do, but we have everything we need, and we're going to make something super duper cool. Do that one crooked. Just that. Let's ink this one. Oh my gosh, I love it so much better inked than not inked, right? Isn't it? What a huge difference. And here's our result. Now see the difference of when you don't have your edges inked and when you do have your edges inked? It is really a big difference. So now that we have the majority of the pages covered, at least just with the background, now we're going to go through and use the little cuts that we made, the more decorative type pieces like these, like the little tiny labels, the little roses. So we're going to go through and we're going to get all those little pieces to make a bigger, huger difference on our little masterboard collages. So some of these I didn't want to go too crazy on. I wanted to be able to cut them and still leave like space to decorate to match the theme of whatever it is I'm putting it on. I didn't want to cover up too much. I really just wanted a nice, beautiful base to be able to work with. And all of these, I just put them on the back of scrap paper, like paper I was going to throw away probably. I've already done this pattern, so all of these were just on the back of a pattern that I had already used before. I have so much fun. So don't forget to subscribe because we are going to be making a video and what exactly to do with our masterboards. What kind of projects can we put together with these? Don't forget to stick around and watch our whole journey in a time lapse.